Hi everyone, welcome back to RainbowToastStudios. My name is Rainbow, and today I have a nice little video for you that is part of my creating a sort of SeaWorld marine park. It has yet to be named because no one suggested anything, so right now it's just our marine park. And so last time, if you watched the last video, you saw a little bit of the mistake that I made trying to make the stadium on the other side, and that was just not giving me enough room. So I decided to switch sides with it. That's what I'm doing right now, is just deleting everything. Stadium on the other side and the aquarium go one block away from the fence, since as you know, we cannot convert the outer fence to a tank. That would be weird. So just adjusting this real quick, and I wanted to show you guys that it's possible to do things with not base game, because I have like all of the expansion packs, but unmodded Zoo Tycoon, it's possible to do some fun stuff with. So what I use for this thing, and I do want to have that show platform in because it helps me line up the rest of the stuff for our show stadium. I'm going to be calling it a Shamu stadium just because that's what I was going for. And I will have some orcas in here, although they will not be called Shamu. I have not decided yet what I want to call them. I am not calling them Shamu or Willy, okay? Y'all can get that out of your heads. I really wish that the developers would look at the popular mods that are out there, the popular mods and custom content, and look into making that part of the game, or at least something that we can buy as DLC to be able to respect the official limits of the game, be within that without a modded game and everything, because I am very purist, I guess would be a good way to say it. I'm very much a purist when it comes to these kinds of games. I really want to play the game as it was intended, and like no shade at all to the people who like make it what they want it to be, because I totally get that, and this is one of those games where you have to make your own fun with it. I just really want to try to make my own fun with what the developers intended for the game. So I really want to stay within those boundaries and see what I can do with that. And now, as you can see today, an auditorium is actually possible. Sort of. Okay, so I just fixed up the areas around a little bit, so I have a clear path on this side, and fixed up the other enclosure on the other side as well. And this is, I just got rid of my manatee tank thing because there's no use in trying to squeeze everything together over here. I still have a lot of space in the rest of the zoo. I'm going to run out of things to do if I have everything clumped that close together. I definitely still want a manatee building, so that is still happening. But yeah, making some changes to everything. And now we are starting with the footprint of our stadium. So I absolutely wanted to kind of replicate the angle that a stadium would have to be at for everyone to be able to see. Even though that is kind of a thing already with the little seating. They are like angled like stadium seating would be. I want to have 3 level. I think I only end up doing 2 levels, yeah, because that's really all that's necessary, because we really don't have that many people that come watch, and the seating fits a lot of people already. So it takes a while playing with the terrain tools to get it exactly right, and I do spend a little while with it, especially once I put in the seats there. It makes it easier to get a feel for it with their size and everything. They're actually smaller than you would think. They fit on like a 1 square basically, so it's not too difficult to make space for them. I also really do try to smooth the terrain wherever I can. I don't want it to be too angled for them. but still want to keep it to where there is some demarcation. I still want like very clear levels on the sides, even though in the middle I have kind of a rampy thing going on. I really liked the stairs in Zoo Tycoon 1, and I know there's mods for it, but you know how I am about mods. I really like the stairs in Zoo Tycoon 1. It's totally understandable why they don't have stairs, because it's a lot more inclusive to just have the ramps. But I mean, I think you could give creators the option, especially since we don't actually have disabled guests in the game. I mean, maybe y'all could implement that. Maybe it would be a legitimate customer complaint if we only had stairs and no ramps. But you should give people an option. You should give tycooners an option of having stairs, because that's a real life thing, and then just make the game hurt us if we don't provide ramps for certain guests. That could be cool. I'm sure no one is even thinking about that at all, but like, I want the stairs. I want the stairs, but I understand if you want to be inclusive, but then implement more things. I know it might annoy some people that I did kind of the entrance is kind of slanted a little bit, but I wanted it to be a straight path from the entrance and also a 3-wide path, which is a problem, because it doesn't want to meet up with the middle of the back. It's kind of off to the side a little bit. So I want to keep it that way. I didn't want to move everything for the sake of one little piece of path. So look at this. Isn't that so nice? Look, it's like cliffed enough. I wanted to test that to make sure it worked. And anyways, if it works for me, it definitely works for the guests, because they can usually squeeze through things we can't. So that works, and we have some nice clear levels there, and it is totally walkable. So I'm actually really proud of that. Pats on my back for that. And anyways, if you're bothered by the sidewalk thing, it gets covered in the end, because of course, what is a stadium without a bit of a covering, especially on those hot summer days? Differences I could have done. I could have done different sidewalk maybe, or covered the area in sidewalk instead of have it be sand. The problem with that, of course, is that the sidewalk on the sides would be yellow, so that's not really great. I could do maybe like dirt instead. I kind of felt like doing coastal sand made a little bit more sense. I could put a little bit more decorations underneath the stadium. I could have made the walkway stone instead of this wooden one, because unmodded Zoo Tycoon, just in case you forgot, with your mods and custom content, is just the wood and the stone, unfortunately. So I was really trying to make it to where it was at an angle like this, but then the issue is that the rest of it wouldn't line up. So I had to make it another one longer and just kind of deal with it. Kind of deal with it that way, because see, there's that annoying gap there, so I had to make it a bit longer. That is the issue with trying to do it unmodded. I mean, of course, also there's the issue that like it's not super pretty. I know with a mod it could be so much prettier, but we are trying to challenge ourselves here, and it serves its purpose, okay? It's totally changed my life to see people make like indoor exhibits and stuff with the walking path thing. What is it? The elevated path. That totally changed my life. It changed my gameplay, it changed everything, because I hadn't thought of that. I mean, this was like when I was younger. I'm an adult now, I probably would have figured it out, but but when I was younger and watching little playthroughs and I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so smart. And just in case you didn't know, if your it's almost like they kind of thought people would do this, because if you bring your tank wall high enough, then you get, yeah, it was a little bit better to have that angle cut in there. You get this different kind of fence thing, like the aquarium kind of makes, the tank wall, sorry, makes a little white, I'm not sure what you'd call that, a little white border to the walkway, which looks a little bit nicer since it kind of comes together. And so now we have a really good shell going. And yeah, unfortunately there's not much we can do as far as like technical issues. Keep swapping sides. There's not much that we can do as far as like properly angling it, and like normally it might, you know, go up as it gets closer to the water or something like that, kind of get taller, whatever. But this is going to stay the same because it will look really ugly if we had it stepped in any kind of way. And it would also have holes in it. So, you know, the point is to not have holes because we want to protect our guests in case of rain or immense sunshine. So here is a look with our beautiful sunset at our amazing Shamu Stadium with, I love that little fence in front, by the way, so cute, the little show fence, amazing. And I wanted to, yeah, I was fixing, like, making the levels a little bit more distinct. I still didn't like how smooth it was, and we just barely smoothed out the edges like that. That was kind of perfect. Are we doing our final walkthrough now? I don't think so, because I end up with, oh no, yeah, I think it is. I think it's very cute. I am proud of it. Oh, and I actually recorded like 2 hours at this time because I was working on the rest of the marine park in general, and I will have that video up later. But for this one, I thought I'd just do a quickie just about the stadium itself, because I thought people could be interested in seeing that. If not to do it yourself, at least just to see like, wow, someone actually did it. Someone can actually put up with base game Zoo Tycoon this much. Yes, that is me. I have absolutely zero mods because I'm like that. So this thing here, this side over here is just gonna kind of stay wonky because I did not have the patience to try to redo everything and figure out what's wrong. I think the only thing is that I have it longer than the other side, so it's not perfectly symmetrical, and we just have a little thing that juts out, and it's not exactly perfect. But you know what? If you try to do it, you can make it exactly perfect. I believe in you. But for mine, I am just going to have it a tiny bit asymmetrical there, and leveling that out feels perfect. And I really like how straight everything came together, besides this little tiny angle part that is not perfect. I'm sorry, but I was already spending 2 hours on this video. I'm not gonna spend that much longer trying to fix the little thing. I believe in you. You can do it if you're trying to do it. But I mean, you probably have some mods on it if you play it. I'm just really stubborn. The one that I have considered, because of one of my favorite viewers, Mandy Adventures, she showed me how to do basically like move objects on, but for Zoo Tycoon, where you can like overlap stuff. That is the one thing that I have really wanted from Zoo Tycoon, and it would be great if they could do that like base game, because they should really know by now, the developers, that we really don't want things that have to have their own individual squares. This was 2004, so we can't hold it against it, but really, like, it makes the game so much better to be able to overlap things. This is definitely the final look because this is jumping to the end of my full edit for this time. I added in this little gazebo thing. We will see that in the next episode of this speed build. Right now I am just doing the auditorium. Look at that beautiful final view, and this might be the thumbnail. This might be the thumbnail for the video because that just looks so nice with the slightly setting sun, the little yellow background. I think for unmodded Zoo Tycoon, that is pretty darn great. Would you say this was a success? I keep switching between auditorium and stadium. Maybe someone can tell me the difference, but this is my Shamu Stadium. Please tell me if you think I could improve it in any way besides that little corner thing, because I'm probably not going back to fix that. But if you think maybe I should have a different sidewalk or something, that would be a quick fix, that's fine. Or maybe different kind of seating, I don't know, maybe different fences. Maybe I should make the tank taller, but I think this is good so people have sort of an underwater view, sort of a top view, and yeah, so if you like this video, if you are amazed we can do this unmodded, or if you actually want to try this yourself, let me know in the comments below. We can talk about it. All right, and yeah, like I said, I will have the next part for this sometime. I don't know. I have to go back through and edit it, and I can show you the progress that I made. Spoiler alert, I do not have animals in yet. It takes a lot of work if I'm trying to make the zoo entirely first before I put the animals in. But I think after next time, we'll be able to start getting some animals in. And check out my other speed builds, check out my campaign series, and I got a lot of other cool stuff going on lately. Thank you so much once again for watching, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Hey there, it's your girl Rainbow. I'd really appreciate a like or checking out my other videos. Bye.